Georgia head coach, talking about just what makes this LSU team so great. Oh, well, you know what?
First of all, I've been in this league for a long time, and I don't know that I've seen the combination of things they've got. Okay, they've got an elite quarterback that's a really good athlete. All right, they have a back that is a matchup guy. He can match up on anybody and go win. They've got really good wideouts, and they've got experience at the offensive line. So they go tempo, but they don't go tempo to just run the ball. They go tempo and take shots. They never change personnel. They play 28 consecutive snaps with the same people on the field. So it does not allow you to substitute in the pattern that you want to. So there's a combination of a lot of things, and it is scheme-oriented, but it's a lot more than scheme. I mean, they have plays that they've run all year that we've run all year. Our plays haven't looked like their plays because a lot of times we may not have the same guys doing those plays. And they got a great group of wideouts combined with an extremely athletic quarterback, and it's hit at the right time. So I got a lot of respect for what they're doing and who they're doing it with. They're hard to defend.
I want to give Kirby credit because even a day before this game, and I'm sure it happened even before that, he said, this is the best offense I've ever seen in the SEC. He was giving them credit top to bottom. He knew that they would be really, really talented. We're going to talk a little bit more on Georgia and just their future and everything from their season this year. Of course, they'll still play in a bowl game. But, Tim, as you were listening to Kirby just there, you were saying, that's right, that's right. What is it about his point that was resonating with you?
Everything that he said, I agreed with everything. It's true. Like, they have a great quarterback that's also an elite athlete. They have a veteran offensive line. Clyde Edwards-Helaire needs to get a lot of credit because how do you match up against him? Do you stack the box and say we're going to stop the run, or do you put put a linebacker there, or are you going to put a safety down? Then they are going to run the ball, and he can motion out. He can run corners. He can run posts. He can run go routes. He opened up the game with the hitch route. Like, yeah, he can do so much. And then on top of that, if you play straight man-to-man coverage, you got 3 receivers that can beat almost any DB. So what do you want to do as a defense? You play straight man-to-man, one high. All right, we're going to take our shots and we're going to win. You play zone, where we can still do anything we want because I can hand it off to Clyde. I can get jet sweeps. I can throw it short. They can almost do everything well in the game, offensively, in the game of football.
And you know what we haven't talked about yet? Tempo really affected Georgia. I mean, they tried to substitute. A lot of times you saw a guy running off as LSU was snapping the ball. I mean, what gets lost, and people like to throw around completion percentage and go, well, does it really matter? When you complete almost 80% of your balls, what's not happening? The clock's not stopping. You're not huddling. Yep. They're not able to substitute.
Nothing's not happening.
Exactly.
Everything's happening.
You use tempo. You have positive plays time after time. Georgia likes to substitute. They weren't able to do that.
I want to add one more thing. All those elite things, and then it's an elite scheme on top of that. And elite play calling at the right time. I mean, the one touchdown where they had a pick and the rub fade, I mean, he called it the right time. The slot corner came walking up, so he said, ooh, we're going to switch it. Now you're going to run the fade, and I'm going to pick for you. That was a last-second adjustment that they made. Right. If not, if the outside guy, he comes up, he's running the fade. Last-second adjustment. Now he wins with it. But they can do that fast.
To y'all point, man, I don't know. I know when look, this is the Saints offense. That's what it is. And I know a lot of people talk about it. It's a combination of what Josh McDaniels does with Tom Brady, and it's what Sean Payton does with Drew Brees. I'll never forget when Sean Payton was in Dallas. And we would be on defense. I was trash at that point, so I was on scout team a lot until I proved myself. Sean Payton had plays for Romo to throw the spots, not the guys. That's how good he got. He was like, look, that spot right there is where I need you to put the ball. Don't worry about it. The guy will be there. I witnessed these type of things happen. That last fade Joe threw, that was Joe Brady telling him, hey, throw it in the corner.
Yeah.
I'll have somebody there for you. Just throw it in the corner. When you get to that level, dude, and that's what Kirby was saying. You don't see that in college football. No. You just don't. That combination of being able to put guys in positions to make plays where your defense can't even cover the area, that doesn't happen a lot.
Well, and it is fascinating, and we gave LSU credit for this before this game even started. This switch happened quick. I mean, we're not talking about some build to this point. You almost feel like some of the offensive firepower that's come into this league, maybe happening at Alabama, Nick Saban making those adjustments, happened a little more gradually, kind of slipped up on us maybe a little bit, depending on who you were and how close of attention you were paying. This happened like this. And all of a sudden, this is, to your point, an NFL offense right here in the SEC.
But Laura, to what you're saying, I think, and we haven't talked about this enough, man, how much credit he deserves.
Yeah.
Because we all said it. If he hires the right guys, they'll be fine. Right, and he made the change to Canada because Canada had the great season at
Wisconsin.
No, he was at where Matt Canada was when they beat Pitt.
Yeah, Pitt.
When he
Why
was
did
at
we
Pitt.
not
Tight
think
ends
of that?
motion.
Tight ends
Yeah.
motioning and doing all of that, and Edo was like, all right, I want to go north and south. I want a guy that's going to push the ball downfield. I want to open this offense up. When Greg McElroy and I were at the spring game, we saw more 5 wide in 7 plays than we had seen the last 7 years at LSU. And Edo made it a point, and I think he deserves the credit for not only putting the right people in spots, but also saying, this is what we doing.
Yeah.
Like, and whoever I bring in, this is what we're doing. And LSU fan base and everybody have been starving for it schematically. We sat up here on this stage like, dude.
For 5 years.
Like, I know. Like,
and
what
he
is this?
didn't pick and choose. Remember when it was Canada and in 1 week you'd see a little bit of the creativity, and 1 week he'd go, no, we're running the football. He goes, at the end of the Texas game, right? He didn't say, oh, let's milk some clock. No. We got our gas. We got our foot to the pedal. Let's go. And he continued that all season.
We're back in Atlanta where Coach Ed Orgeron is joining us on our set. Congratulations, Coach. We're going to let him get mic'd up as he's just coming out of the locker room and doing all the media obligations. Either way, he's the coach of the SEC champions in 2019 and a team that will be heading to the college football playoff. Congratulations, Coach O. I think your mic should be good to go now. How you feeling?
I feel so proud of our football team, our coaching staff. I think I have the best coaching staff in America. I think we have the best football player in America, in Joe Burrow. And
I agree with you, by the way.
Thank you, man. And I'm so proud for the players that played the purple and gold. What y'all did for us, and it's our job to represent this great state of Louisiana. It's just a great night for everybody.
Coach, is this surreal? Like, you and I have had so many conversations. We talked throughout the process when you were interim. I told you that this should be where you should be. And now you're sitting here as an SEC champion, 13-0. Everything that's transpired this year, it's almost emotional for me. I'm going to be honest with you. But when you think about where you are today, from the beginning when you took over in that interim role, like what's that like? What's this feeling like?
Well, thank God first.
Yeah.
And, he put me in this position. And we surrounded ourselves with great people. You and I know that LSU is a powerful place. You can attract the best players. You can attract the best coaches. And you play in the best conference in the United States. So LSU's got everything that you ever asked for.
Coach, I want to say I think what you've done this year is incredible. And I think for this reason, we've talked about it all year, is I think one of the hardest things in life to do is to go from good to great. It's easy to go from average to good or good to really good. But to go from really good to great, you got to give up something. You got to risk something.
Yeah.
And you did that by making a courageous decision to hire a young offensive coordinator when y'all were already really good. You're winning 10, 11 games every year, but you knew there was something to get to that next step. And you made one of the best coaching decisions that I've seen in my time of doing this. And I think it will go down that way. And you must have had a lot of conviction to be able to do that.
Thank you. We wanted to go to the spread, and something about Joe Brady when I met him. I said, this guy is a young and up-and-coming coach. And we talked to a lot of people that I trusted. They say, guys, hire this guy. He's a difference maker. And you got to give credit to Steve Ensminger. What a job he's done, man. And to allow a 30-year-old to come in here and put in the spread offense and them to work together like brothers, it was like magic the whole season.
But for you to hire a 30-year-old and say, you know what, I'm going to put the best talents under a 30-year-old's control.
And go for it.
And go for it.
That's right.
On 3rd and 17 against Texas, you said, hey, go do it.
Yep.
And the old LSU, you run that ball.
That's right. Exactly.
Now you take a shot. That's a different mentality, but it comes from you.
Yes, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to go get it. And we're going to continue being aggressive. We're going to be aggressive in recruiting. We'll be aggressive in getting the best players in America. LSU, we're just getting started.
I love it. I got goosebumps.
You look like you're getting a little emotional.
Yeah.
What does this mean? What did you tell your team?
Well, I was proud of him. I was proud of Tommy Moffitt. You guys know Tommy Moffitt, our strength coach.
Great strength coach.
Jack Marucci, man, and all the people in our organization and all our coaches. And then the players. How many player-only practices we had? They would volunteer to go on Saturday morning. These guys are tireless workers, and they're committed to, like you said, excellence.
Coach, what does it mean to you that when you took the reins over, they bought into you? To Coach O, they bought into you. Not everybody on the outside did,
right.
but your team bought into you and the respect that they have for you and
Well,
the way they play for you.
I appreciate that. You know, after I got fired from Ole Miss, I said if I ever get a chance again, I'm going to treat every player like he was my son. And I do that. And they know it. They know I actually love them. I'm going to do the right thing for them. But also, they know if they step out of line, there's going to be discipline. And I let them go. And we don't wear our guys out. They're fresh. They're ready to play. And they enjoy playing football together.
Coach, you mentioned that this means so much to the state of Louisiana. You also have so many players that came from the state of Louisiana that know this team, know this school, know what it means. How much has that impacted just the heartbeat of this team?
I'm telling you, they're going to play for the state of Louisiana. These guys are very committed. Their parents have been around. They're very supportive. The high school coaches, everybody in the state of Louisiana is so proud right now, and it makes us powerful.
Coach, I'm going to say this. It ain't a question. Don't change, man. And I know you ain't. Don't change, brother, because I told you in the beginning, man, I said, look, this and it's not to shade anybody that was before you, Edo. Our program had became stagnant. I told you that. Like a man, me and you talked. I said, this thing, we've gotten complacent. We've become a fat cat on the block that really ain't paying attention to what's happening around us. And the fact that we're sitting here today, and I've said it, a lot of these guys have said it as well, you identified a problem and you fixed it. And I think that's what people should respect about the job you did this year, man.
Thank you.
Coach, looking forward, there's a chance to play a national championship game in Louisiana. I mean, it's surreal when you think about it, that this year happens to be in New Orleans.
Yeah.
What would that mean to you, your state, and your program?
You know, obviously we have to worry about the next game we play.
That's right.
But if we do get to that point, it'll be a great night. There'll be a lot of gumbo and Cajun cooking that day, I promise you.
Gumbo and Cajun cooking.
Coach, you got a quarterback that's going to be going to New York. We think he locked it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's
How
over.
important is he, not just on the field and the X's and O's, but to the heartbeat that you talk about of your team?
Well, no question. I think he's one of the top recruits in LSU history. He's changed the face of the offense. He's the reason we can go to the spread. He's so talented. I think he's the best player in the country. He leads by example. I never forget the first day he came. We were running 110s. Nobody knew him. He won every 110.
Wow.
He kept his mouth shut. He competed to win this team over, and he did it the right way.
Coach, tomorrow we'll find out from the College Football Playoff Committee if you're number 1 or number 2. I know you're probably going to tell me that this team's going to show up no matter who you take on.
Right.
But do you think about the ranking a little bit here between 1 and 2?
No. It don't matter who they tell us to play, where they tell us to play. We coming.
Let's go. All right.
Let's
Thank you
go.
so much, Coach O, for joining us
love
here.
it.
And congratulations
I love it.
on an SEC championship and your path to get
You
to
would be
this
a fun
point.
coach to play for,
Go
man.
Tigers.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you in the college football playoff. Congratulations to LSU. We'll be back in just a moment.
Head on.
Congrats, Coach.
Hey. Talk.
I love Joe Burrow's face in that huddle following that pass. He was just like, oh, yeah, that's what I just did. Here's what his game stats looked like tonight. Simply the best. That's an excellent tagline for what he did. It was incredible. And here's Justin Jefferson, the receiver who caught that pass with Ryan McGee.
What a year. Not over yet. How you feeling?
I feel good, but we're not finished yet. We're not finished yet. We still have this goal to win a national championship, so we're not going to stop until we get that.
What's it feel like now celebrating a championship with this team? Because you guys have been through a lot together.
Oh, yes, all the blood, sweat, and tears that we went through over the summer, all the hard work we put in, just doing the extra routes, and just all these practices that we've been going through. It's been a long road. It's been a long road, but I mean, this team has come a long way, and we just wanted to win the national championship.
You had some great moments tonight. What's the one you remember best?
All of them. I mean, just this moment right here is just something big. And I mean, we haven't been here in what, 8 years, 9 years. So I mean, it's just a blessing to be here and a blessing to come out with the win.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You heard Justin Jefferson say it, their national championship. So, look, they're proud of an SEC championship, but, Marcus, not quite enough. The buy-in, I think, for them is what maybe impresses me the most because every single person has to have that buy-in.
But you can only say that if your coach gives you the freedom to say that.
Yeah.
How many times have we sit here where we got to play the next game and we want to, we're going to take care of the semifinal game and see how we can play in that? Man, ain't nobody believe that. You ain't playing for nothing but to win a national championship.
I love it.
If you're playing for anything else, you're wasting your time. So the fact that Justin said that, but you also listen to right here. Play anybody, anytime. Tell us where to be, and we're going to show up.
We come.
And that's the thing, man. Like, this whole team has taken on his personality, and they had a clear goal at the beginning of the season, and they are on their way to trying to get that accomplished.
It's just a perfect storm.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. The OC, Coach O, the quarterback, the receivers, offensive line, everything. It's exciting.
We coming.
I love it. It's going to be interesting to see
We coming.
if they're number one or number two in the college football playoff selection show tomorrow. When we come back, final thoughts from these guys as we head into college football playoff season. It's postseason. LSU has won the SEC championship.